So let us continue with our lesson, and let us add a progress bar. So I'll just say as a progress bar over here and just drag it over here, and let us align it below the spinner. And okay, let us just make use of this one, and left and right. Let's say of 8 and 8, and top is, let's give it as a 16. So I think that should be fine, and we have a progress bar over here, ID as a progress bar. And so we have added the progress bar. So what we'll do is whenever we submit this one, whenever we submit this form, we want to show the progress bar. So by default, let us go and hide the progress bar. Visibility should be gone. And whenever we submit, and we'll show that progress bar, and whenever the response is retrieved from the server, we will hide the progress bar again. So let's go to our view model over here, and here let us create one variable, or let's create a variable of progress progress, and this is of mutable live data, and I'll make it as a boolean, and which is equals to mutable live data. And what we'll do now is, for the progress, whenever we call this method add task, we will set the value for this progress is equals to true, and progress.val is equals to true. And after we finish emitting the value, then we will set that progress dot value is equals to false. So whenever we change the value of the true, we are going to show our progress bar, and whenever its value is false, then we are going to hide our progress bar. So let's go back to our fragment over here, and let us create a function, a private. Let's create a function observer, progress bar. And what we will do is, over here we need to pass a view of a view, and over here we can observe. So view model dot, we can just say as a progress dot observe, right? We need to observe it, and observe we can say as a view lifecycle owner, and we can implement the observer over here. Now we can just say if the ID is true, it is true, then we are going to do something, or in the else part we are going to do something. So when it is true, which means over here the value is true, we are going to show the progress bar. So we can just say view dot progress bar dot visibility is equals to view dot visible, right? So we want to show it. And similarly, whenever we have a whenever we have the value as a false, then we are going to hide it. So we can just say as a gone. And we have created a function that view model will be observing the progress status progress variable over here, and whenever value change, what we are doing is view the progress bar, the visibility is visible, and when it is false, then we are going to hide it. And let's go and implement this function. So we need to implement this function in our view model. So over here, so what we need to do is we need to pass a view. So we can just say as a view, and to get a view over here on create view, so what we need to do is we need to have a view variable. So we don't have currently view variable, so I will create a private let init var v as a view, and this view, what we will do is okay, so what I need to do over here, view, I need to replace that one. So v, and over here let us replace the view with a v, and somewhere here, I think that should be fine, and we should also return a v. So make sure you return a v and replace all of the variable that we previously created view with a v, and that should be fine. So we are observing, and let's have a look and let's try to run our application, and let's see whether the application is working as expected. So let's go to our Illuminator, and let's go to add tasks over here, and what we'll do is let's say test title. Test title is COMMING coming. This test title is coming, and this is this is our test body. I'm sending. Okay, so let's set. We also have a problem with our spinner, so we also need to fix, because I think we have to replace it with our material design. We have to replace this. I think it's because if you see that is whenever we have keyboard is the soft keyboard is showing, then we cannot check, and if you try to do something, then I think it's not working perfectly as expected. I think we need to replace it with something better one. So just get started, or any value you can just select and just click on the send button or add button, just add it. So we have okay, so that means that it is working fine. And if you go to the logcat, and yeah, we can see test title is coming, a test body is answering. So this is the log file that we have created over. Okay, if you go to the view model task fragment, where we implemented that, yeah, here. So we have implemented that over here. Add tasks over here. Error code we don't have. This is the one that's coming. So this is the one that's printed over here, and which makes this that perfectly fine that we have a spinner. Our progress bar is working perfectly as expected. Whenever we are sending, it's showing our progress bar, and whenever we are getting the response, it's hiding the progress bar. So that's fine. So I think in the next lecture we have to go and fix this issue with our spinner, and because if you go to some of the properties that it has, actually we want to implement some of the functionality like the drop down. Currently, if you go to the one, if you select, it's only coming downward, it doesn't show in the upward. So let's say if we have a soft keyboard, and when we actually press this one, it should come up, but it doesn't work. I think that has some serious bug with it, and we will make use of our own, I think, material design spinner, or maybe the Android X spinner. So let's meet up in the next lecture, and let us implement ours, replace this spinner with a better option. So let's meet up in the next lecture. Till then, have a great day.